Okay, hello. Today's stream is going to be kind of not amazing. All Twitch updated all their stuff, and it seems like OBS did too. And it broke everything. All my hotkeys aren't working. My combined chat's not working. Everything, nothing's working at the moment. Oh, wait, combined chat is working, but I can't see it. So that's useless. You guys can see it on screen now. I'm gonna... Alright, well... I said test on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. They both went through. You guys can see the combined chat. I can't. Oh well. I just have multiple chats open. Well, all my hotkeys are not working. Man, today is a bad day to stream. Everything's broken. Okay, I got touch portal working. At least my hotkey is working now. Let me test this again. Okay, that's working. No, it's actually not because that camera's frozen. Yep. Okay, good. Alright, second camera is working. Yeah, multi-chat's just not working for you. That's fine. Okay. I'll just get working because I have to head out in 4 hours. So I'm gonna get this done. I got the stream today, as you can see. CPU, motherboard, RAM, storage, GPU, power supply, water cooler, case is off screen over here, and I already off stream pre-updated the BIOS, so this will support 5000 series now. Literally it had 2017 BIOS on it. That's how old it was. So bad. It literally only supported 1000 series, not even 2000. So let's go ahead and get working on this. I have an IO shield here. Ooh, I do. Good. Installing a 5800X right now, and then the RAM is going to be 32 gigs DDR4 3200. Storage is going to be a 1 terabyte NVMe. Alright, we got TikTok figured out. Seems like we got most things working. Hello, Paradise. How you doing? Sorry, maybe a couple minutes late to seeing your message now. My combined chat there that shows me a preview of all the chats is bugging out. Just a giant white blank page for me right now. But I will try to bounce my head around looking at all three chats so I can respond to everyone. Sorry about that. How you doing, Paradise? Hey, it's good here. Alright, what I'm doing right now is grabbing my LTT precision screwdriver bit set and, oh, not taking off that. Undoing this M.2 cover, putting the M.2 under there. How does this one work? Oh, the hinge. Okay, cool. We're gonna go ahead and peel this back. Sorry, my face is in the way. The peel tab broke off. I need tweezers, so the peel is difficult to come off. Come on, don't take the peel with it. Just. There we go. Got the peel off. We're good. This is the 1 terabyte Gen 3 drive. We gotta move this stand off though. It's in the wrong spot here. Oh, I need a bigger bit for that. How big of a bit? Even bigger than that? No, I think I'm gonna need a flathead. That's what I'm gonna need probably. No, well, this is awkward. It's not. This doesn't want to come off. Pliers? Oh, I appreciate the sub, man. Much appreciated. Don't mind me, I'm off screen for just a second. I'm looking for my little pliers in my drawer here. Alright, here's a pair. There's little grippies on the side, so we're gonna try to grip it. Yeah, grip and twist. That worked. We're gonna move it over to 2280 size, which is this hole here. And that should line up right there. There we go. It just fell off. Oh, I see. It goes down, up, and then over. There we go. M.2 is installed under the heatsink there. The screwdriver is so fun to mess with though. Alright. Put this up. If you don't end up needing the screw here, like you already have your screw on your board, make sure, hey, what's up, Gargamel? Make sure not to throw that away because you got a little screw under the sticker here. So make sure to save that. And then that other screw you can install on any of the other M.2 slots if your board has multiple. I am going to put it up because I have other boards that don't have M.2 screws. So I have a little baggie here full of M.2 screws. I wanted something new. Honestly, it's cheap and basic, but I need a new desk mat. I'm probably gonna order one soon. I just need to order a custom sized one because how dirty, well, it's not even dirty, I've cleaned this. These are stains, cuts, and rips here. So this is like paint, thermal paste, that I just washed it and it just doesn't come out here. I've got cuts, burns, scrapes, hot glue, thermal paste, etc. It's a good work surface. But yeah, I rolled this one up. Hey, what's up, Cat Dad? I rolled up this mat, and I roll out my LTT blue one. It looks really nice, and that's what I take my photos in front of. So this one, yeah, burns, Gargamel. The burns are because soldering iron. So little bits of melting. Like this one right here, this little gash. I got a where is it? It's under the desk here. Fancy soldering iron under here. Got a fancy little screen on it and everything. And you, like whatever direction you hold it, the screen flips and everything. It's really nice soldering. Yeah, sometimes I gotta solder things, so. Yeah. Probably like 40-50 bucks. It's nothing crazy. This one, got it a really good deal a long time ago. But yeah, this one I got a while back for a really good deal. It was on like some like summer sale, 50% off discount, like AliExpress thing. Yeah, I've got multiple like different sizes, but like I need a new giant one. That's what I need. I got a bunch of smaller ones, stuff like for my keyboard and everything. But this one, 2 foot wide by 4 foot. So it's 2 foot by 4 foot. But the replacement one I'm gonna get is gonna be 2 foot wide again. But I'm gonna make it like 6 foot. Or maybe 8 foot. However long my desk is. Because I want it to go over my desk and over the other portion of the other desk. So I need like 2 foot by 7 foot, or close to that. 2 by 6, 2 by 7. Yeah. RX 6700 XT. Oh, I got a text. Let's see here. Let's get this out of here. Put that over there. Just throwing away all the trash, trying to keep it tidy over here. Sorry if you can hear. I'm just gonna mute while I move this stuff around because it's crinkling is loud. Alright, I'm unmuted. Alright, this cooler just uses the clip mount style, so we're going to leave these clips on here. We'll put away these tweezers. The tweezers and pliers. I'll put that up. Hi Riley, how you doing, bud? You want to say hi to stream? This is Riley. He's a handsome boy. Riley, look up. No, he's not gonna look up. But he's adorable. You can see him. He's super chill. He likes getting on my desk, but I'm not gonna let him on right this second. Alright, move the cooler out of the way. Power supply out of the way. Oh, you did? Yeah. Oh, I think he looked up last time. I had him on screen. Koopy loves looking up at the camera. It's adorable. Koopy's the other pup. He has slightly longer hair, around the same size. They are best buddies. So whenever you hear like paws scurrying around my office, or dogs barking and running around, it's because they're chasing each other. They're adorable. Alright, we're going to take the side panels off, and we're going to go ahead and put them in their box for the time being. So we're not going to need these for a minute. Where did I just put the box? Oh, it's over here. Okay. They're put up in the box. Don't need manuals for cases. Everything's straightforward. Let's do the little peels. And grab the camera for the close-ups. Alright, is this going to work? Yes, it is. Thank you for cooperating today. Actually, I'm going to turn it off for a second and spin it around to untangle it. Alright, it's back on. There's peels up in here. Yeah, let's get a close up. Oh yeah, that's nice. Let's do the other one. But yeah. Oh, the peel tab popped off. I hate when that happens. Literally just happened with the M.2 one. I don't have much fingernails. That sucks. I'm gonna try to catch the edge with the tweezers like I did for the M.2 without scratching the mirror finish. Yep, alright, I got it. We're good. One more face peel, and then let's get these side ones off. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, I'm back. There's a quick little side thing. My neighbor's not home, and his package is coming later, so he needs me to grab it for him. It's no problem. Yeah, I've had him do it for me too. Is it okay? Yeah, no, it won't hurt anything. And if anything, if they upgrade their motherboard in the future, they'll have more performance they can add to it. Just set it to 3000. Make sure it's not running at 2133 or 2400. As long as you set it to the maximum the motherboard can handle, then just say the RAM is 3000 megahertz, because that's what it's running at. All right, let's do some of this. I'm gonna turn this one off for a sec. Well, which is not a bad angle. I'll probably just leave this second camera on for a little bit here. I'm gonna snip some of these wires. Decided to do an earlier stream today. I have some things to do later in the evening, so I figure if I prep this last night before bed, I can do the stream a bit faster today. And then had to get up, feed the dogs, do a bunch of morning routine stuff before I did stream. A morning and afternoon stream, or whatever, you know what I mean. Morning/afternoon routine. A bunch of stuff I had to do. So I'm in between things right now. I figure I'll stream this. Yeah, just sell it with the 3000 megahertz and keep that in mind whenever for the sale and everything. Just keep the price the same. Kind of untangle some of these wires. They come tangled from the factory. Want clean wire routing. Alright, we're going to pre-run some of these wires. And we're actually going to use some of oh, okay, they poured out. Okay, that sucks. Well, I have a bag full of these. But as I was picking up the bag, they dumped out into my drawer, so that sucks, but I'll just grab handfuls. It's fine. I'll worry about that later. I'm going to peel the backing off of these. What we're going to do here is we're going to stick these onto the back of the case, and it's going to give us cable management runs where there are none. So you see these little nubbins here? These are all made for putting your zip ties through for cable management. Well, there are none over here, so I put one of these. It's a 4-way, and then I can put zip ties through it any direction. These are really convenient. I'm gonna try out the fishing game again real fast here. I think it says it's down right now. Yeah, unfortunately it's down right now. Oh well. Twitch messing with their API again, let's go. Certain cable management I like to do as I go along, like the case wires and the fan wires prep before I even put the power supply in and all the other stuff. I like to pre-prep all the wires that are zip tied. And this also will cause me to have to snip a few of them later and redo them. but it's worth it because uh, you get to see the runs as you go along instead of having to wait and have huge bundles and have so many cables run all at once. No problem, Gargamel. Let's knock down some of these wires here. In future streams, I am gonna start doing a overlay on the right hand side or left hand side, somewhere on the screen, of the specs of whatever build I'm doing. If I'm doing a build or if I'm doing diagnostic, I'll just say it. I'm doing diagnostic, but I want to have that available. These people care. I'm gonna actually lift this up and move it over just a smidge. The sticky cable management thing. I'm gonna move it over a little bit. I need a little more cable slack. This one wire. Does not want to go over. Alright, we're gonna snip this and we're gonna move these wires around a little bit. What wire is too short? One of these is hard to manage. It's this one. Alright, we're gonna snip this and figure that out. Why is this one wire short? Probably because from factory they cable managed it bad. Okay. Yeah, I see. It's the LED switch button. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna run it. We're gonna double it back. Run it up the top. Like that. Yep. Okay. Put the old zip tie. Pull that one out. What I'm doing here is I'm just rerouting the wires from where they had them routed from the factory. I need another stack of zip ties here in my drawer. Alright, I have a huge stack here. I should hold me over for a bit. I mean, hopefully the whole stream, but you know. You get carried away with the zip ties, that's for sure. Nope, an alarm going off. Hey, what's up, man? How are you? Glad to see you were able to catch another stream. I'm doing good. Today, as you can see, I did an earlier stream. That's because I had some morning stuff to do and some evening stuff to do. So I figure the midday stream today. Question: did you just stumble upon the stream, or did you get a YouTube notification? Because I was wondering about that. Because I was wondering if those work for showing people are live. Because it shows me other people are live, but it doesn't always tell other people. My microphone's blocking your message a little bit, so I'm gonna get up. 1 second, my microphone is in the way. Okay, I moved it. Whoa. You've only upgraded the CPU? Did you accidentally unplug the front fans? Because generally, if they're plugged in, they're working. It doesn't usually turn off unless you manually go in and turn them off. And are they fully off, or just the RGBs off on them? Tweezers, over there. There. I'm just gonna pre-bend this. That's another trick with zip ties. You pre-bend them like this, you can hook them around zip tie points and get them to come back to you. That's how I was able to run that. Fully off. Yeah, I would just follow the wire from the fan to the board or to the RGB fan hub, however it's hooked up. Follow the wires and see if they're unplugged, because it's just normally, that's completely unrelated generally. Oh yeah, the Coke bottle. Yeah, it's a Fallout theme, so it's a Nuka-Cola theme. It was a Coke bottle that I had removed the labeling from, which might I add is not easy because they actually silk screened it onto the glass. So you have to use a wire wheel, it off. Acetone doesn't even get it off. It starts to slightly dissolve it, but acetone barely gets the paint off. So, yeah. Put a custom Nuka-Cola label on there. Alright. those are all snug down nicely. There's a shot of that. There's no visible wires from the front anymore. This will be covered right here, this section, with the motherboard. But yeah, that all looks good. Slap another zip there right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the motherboard in now. Yes, cleaned out the whole bottle, isopropyl. Cleaned the whole thing down really well. All soap and water first, and then isopropyl to make sure it's 100% cleaned out and everything. And I let it dry in the sun a little bit. Alright. Other thing we're gonna bundle up is this wire here. Yeah, no, sugar in general is very bad. Anything slightly sweet is gonna ruin a water cooling loop. Trying to think of the brand. CLX, I think, is what it was. There was a custom water cooling brand that did a custom loop for Coca-Cola, like it's a promotional thing. And what they did, personal Discord, yes, but I don't have a business Discord yet. I'll probably make one eventually, but I just don't think I have enough of a community to keep a lively Discord chat going. My 12k YouTube subs, but that doesn't mean they're all going to join the Discord, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, what I was saying, the Coca-Cola theme build was, they actually got the dye, the brown dye from Coca-Cola as a partnership with them. They let them use the brown dye so they get the exact color for the custom loop. So the loop looked like it had Coca-Cola in it, but it didn't. I also do plan on doing a Coca-Cola theme build in the future. I have some stuff in the background that I'm working on. It's not going to be high-end or high-tech. It's just going to be aesthetically pleasing. The hardware is going to be weak because it's not like for actually selling. It's just going to be like a showpiece. Yeah, what's up? What's your tech question? Alright, this is all bundled up. I'm not going to be able to type C in there. Let's get these off the disk. I'm going to throw away all this real quick. Are you making sure you're plugging it in, the HDMI into the graphics card and not the motherboard, right? Okay. Oh, fan cable looks like this. Why am I going up there? There's a camera right here. Well, this is not a good example, but it has 3 or 4 wires, but that's the end of it. This one only has 2 because it's coming off a hub. That's the end you're looking for. Alright, and what you were saying about the graphics card. My suggestion, if you ever tinker with computers, and you plan on doing it even just semi-regularly, like twice a year even, jump on like eBay and buy a $10, $20 shitty graphics card like this, and just like keep it in your closet or whatever. It's perfect for diagnosing problems. If your graphics card isn't working or having issues, take it out, slap this in there. Takes no PCIe connectors. This one doesn't even take fans. It's just passively cooled. throw this in there. If it boots on the GPU, you know there's either something wrong with the GPU or maybe the power supply not supplying enough power to the graphics card. But at least you can get down to the root of things. But you can get a cheap GPU like this one, like a GT 610, 710, 620, 720, any of these crappy GT cards for like 20 bucks or less. They're just good to keep around. Have you tried another power supply? And have you tried another PCIe slot? Because the slot could be acting up, or the power supply could be acting up. And it might work with another, but not this one. If that makes any sense. There's different GPUs, different motherboards, different PCIe slots. They all have different bandwidths, different power draw, etc. So you've tried both GPUs. Just go down the list with me here. You've tried both GPUs in both PCIe slots with another power supply. Because that's what I would do. It certainly could be the motherboard. At that point, I would start leaning towards it being the motherboard. If you've tried both slots, you've tried another power supply, and you've tried more than one GPU, I would inspect the pins in the slot here, and just inspect it in general, and even if you don't see anything, slot could still be bad. Yeah, you can also clean it too. I keep a toothbrush in my little tool cup over here for cleaning out slots. A rechargeable duster and isopropyl, all good options. Does the CPU have onboard graphics? Are you able to try to boot it off onboard graphics? Oh, from me? That's totally up to you how much you want to spend. I have little budget computers that I put together with like customers' old parts they trade in, or like cheap parts I got in bulk on eBay or whatever. Like I have real cheap computers, like under 500 bucks, that I post locally on like marketplace and stuff like that. But I also build them as high-end as $10,000 custom PCs. So really, anywhere in between there, it could be built within reason, of course. I'm not gonna put a 4090 in a $500 PC and just take a $2,000 loss. But custom for $600, no. But I have pre-builts available. If you're local in Central Florida, then you can probably just pick it up. Otherwise, I do have some $600 ones. I could probably ship it, but I don't generally ship them. Damn. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't ship internationally. Just too many risks with like customs and breaking things, and it's a mess. Oh, a Windows update did it. Then your Windows install could just be... Oh, it could have corrupted. Yeah, if you go on my website, you're welcome to put you can just do the contact me form on my website, so you can contact me, and I can do like a little Zoom call, and help you diagnose it, or Discord call if you prefer it, whichever. But yeah, I help. I do a call diagnosis like that. All right, let's get back to this. IO shield. Always remember to put that in first. Watch your fingers. They are sharp on the edges. They will cut you. Learn from experience. Alright. What we're doing right now is we're checking the holes in the motherboard and matching it up with the standoffs. I appreciate the follow. Yeah, it doesn't matter how long you've been building computers for. You're in a rush one time, you're gonna forget. It happens. Especially when, like, if you've built a bunch of recent, newer computers, and then you build an older computer, a lot of new motherboards just have IO shields built in. So you'll just grab the motherboard, put it in, you'll build the next 3 computers, you're just putting the motherboard in, and then you'll build one like this one, the IO shield is not built in. And then you're like, ah, wait. So, alright. On this, in this case, it does not have all the standoffs installed, and we need a couple extras, so we're going to grab the little baggie included and pull out the extra standoffs and install those. Alright, looks like we're going to need 1, 2, 3, the far side of the motherboard installed. So we need 3 standoffs and a standoff installer. Alright, let's go ahead and I'm going to loosen this. Loosen. Oh, and it's not loosened. These are the ones you're going to take all the way off. Remove these. Close enough. I am in my mid-20s though. Come on. I really snugged that wire down, didn't I? Okay. I put a wire a little too tight and it's blocking the motherboard cover here. Okay, I think I've loosened it enough. Yes, I did. I loosened the wire enough. Should go in there. Lining it up now. Okay, motherboard is in. Sorry, I blocked it with my big ass head. Alright, watch off the second camera for a minute. Scoot that to the side, put this up, put up a couple things that are in the way. Alright, let's start installing these. Appreciate the follow. Much appreciated. Oh, right. One other thing I gotta do real quick here. forgot to do this. Give me 1 second, you guys. Oh, never mind. My amazing wife did it for me. I forgot to post that I was live. Yes, all CPUs need thermal paste. It just doesn't have it on there yet. That'll be the next step before the cooler goes on. But at the moment, I'm just plugging in wires and putting screws in and everything like that. Once the cooler goes on, it will get thermal paste first. Some coolers come with it pre-installed, some come with a tube. But yeah. Are you sure there's no thermal paste? Are you sure the cooler just didn't come with thermal paste pre-applied? Because if you didn't have any thermal paste, it would just instantly overheat and shut off. Well, not instantly, but after like a few minutes of use, it would just overheat and shut off. It's like running your car with no coolant. It'll run at first, but it will shut off. Hey, appreciate the follow. Thank you, PC Pirate Picker. Love the name. Can you imagine the actual, like, the company, or like the website PC Pirate Picker follows me? That'd be crazy. Which chat was that on? Alright, we got all of the motherboard screws installed. Let's start putting wires where they need to go. Alright, let's see. USB 3.0. That's going to go up here somewhere. Nope, it's at the bottom. Oh, it's two spots on this board. I like when they have 2 spots. In this case, there's no fans along the bottom. Along here. What happens with these cases a lot of times is all these bottom. Use the second camera. There we go. A lot of these cases, see how close the bottom of the motherboard is to the bottom of the case, the power supply basement here. Well, what happens is when you mount fans here, I'll show you. They block all your connections here. So if you want to plug in USB 3.0 right here, I'll show you. This is what we'll do. Go ahead and just grab this wire and we'll plug it in. The fan keeps hitting it, which sucks. So in this case, luckily, you just have to push it a little bit against it. And it should be fine if I wanted to mount fans across the bottom here. In this case. Literally in this case. No, the build yesterday, no, the build yesterday was in DDR4. The build, the 2 streams ago was DDR5. The past 2 are DDR4. Let's turn off the second camera. I build systems from anywhere from DDR3 to DDR5. cheap little budget ones with scrounged together parts, old computers, all the way up to many tens of thousands of dollar PCs. If you want a full gold $20,000 PC, let me know. I'll build it. I don't care. I'll build anything. I do crazy stuff within reason. Alright, so let's get these annoying pesky wires plugged in. The old front panel connectors. I'm just gonna have to be in the way for it. There's no real way to not be in the way. But there is a way to show you what I'm doing as I do it. Like this. There you go. A shot of the inside while I block it. Well, while I block the other shot, not the shot. These wires suck to plug in, especially when you have to not put your head in the way of two different cameras. Soon it'll be 3 because I'm gonna get a third one. Want more angles, so I can block even more of them. Of course I could. If you could imagine the computer, and it's physically possible, I could make it happen. Like, obviously I can't fit two 5090s inside of a small mason jar. It's just physically impossible. But, if you wanted reasonable hardware, any hardware, and anything that it'll fit in, I could make a way to make it happen. Okay, the annoying pesky wires are plugged in. Funny enough, I have not done a 5090 build yet. I put the 5090 into a PC for somebody, installed it for them. But I haven't done a build with one yet. My most recent high-end GPU one was the 4090. No one's really been wanting 5090 builds lately, so it's not been super popular. Yes, it is. I would add a GPU, but if you're starting with the 5700G and RAM for now, the 60 gigs of RAM, that is a great start because you can always throw a GPU in there and gain a ton of performance later. So if you want to start playing stuff like CSGO, Minecraft, Valorant, stuff like that, not super graphically intense, but is a bit CPU intense, you can play those on it. Just make sure you're playing on like low settings and whatnot. And you got to also remember that the CPU and GPU in that APU is an accelerated processing unit. All of the G CPUs from AMD are APUs, and they have a CPU and GPU in one together. So, yeah, they share the RAM. Yeah, literally any other GPU would be great. The 3050's miserably slow, especially for its cost. So my suggestion would be to get anything higher end than the 3050. The only real use for a 3050 is getting the 6 gig model, not the 8 gig, and putting it in a low power PC like a Dell or HP or some sort of pre-built that you don't have any PCIe cables. That's the use for the 3050 6 gig. The 8 gig has no purpose existing unless it was half the cost. Same thing with the 5050. Terrible value. There's no such thing as a bad GPU, just bad prices. Because you might think, oh, this GPU's crap. But if it was free, you can't knock it. So, it's just all about the pricing. Intel or AMD? Yes. there is no yes or no to that, because there's also CPU and GPU. Intel has GPUs. I have one over there in that computer in that box over there, in ARC V580. So it depends if you're going talking about CPU or GPU. I'm assuming you're saying CPU. Currently, if you were to get newer generations, I would go AMD. But we're always hoping the next generation of CPUs, there's good competition. You always want competition. So that drives innovation and it drives prices down. So if AMD and Intel are constantly fighting, it means they're constantly innovating and constantly undercutting each other. We get lower prices and better products. So hopefully Intel's next generation is very good. And hopefully AMD's is also very good. That depends. I would do a 5700G, but it also depends where you live and what is readily available to you, like parts wise. Because that's up to preference. If you're going new build, go AM5. If you're on a budget and you're doing a new build, still go AM5, but do like a Ryzen 5, like a 7600 CPU, and like 16 gigs DDR5, and just try to like squeeze into the AM5, like the newer DDR5 platform, and then upgrade as you go later. It's best to get on the newer platform to start. That way you don't have to replace the motherboard, RAM, CPU, even the cooler, because if you didn't keep the mounting hardware, you're going to swap the cooler and everything. Hey, sounds good, man. Have a good day, Brandon. I mean, yeah, that would be as good as you can get when it comes to a new system. Let's go ahead and keep this ball rolling and start installing some more parts here. I gotta remove the IO cover things here. Hey, appreciate the follow, Jay. Much appreciated. What is preventing this from going in? It might be those stupid little covers. What? There we go. That was weird. I think the tip. Where's the camera? There it is. The tip here was bent out a little bit, so it was having trouble sliding in fully into the slot there. Yes. The Gigabyte B450 DS3H Wi-Fi, that will be a good budget. That's a good middle ground. It's better than a 320. It's not a B550 or an X570, but the B450 will do anything you need it to do. And it's got Wi-Fi. That's a bonus. Some people need that. I always suggest Ethernet over Wi-Fi when possible. Obviously, I understand not everyone can run an Ethernet cable. Like if you're in an apartment or something, and you can't like go through an attic, or you can't screw it down or anything. I understand using Wi-Fi, but if you can, use Ethernet. Especially if you're in an apartment, to be honest, because there'd be so many Wi-Fi signals and like interference and whatnot. Let's get this cooler out. Let's get the fans installed on the cooler and all that stuff. Untangle these wires. They're all tangled up. Oh, and also remember with the 5700G build, the GPU is not going to be super strong. Okay, it's not going to be super powerful. It's going to be kind of weak, but it will get the job done for lighter titles. So, apologize, I'm super thirsty. Keep your expectations in check with things. Like, you don't expect it to be super powerful, but it's a good idea to start with. That depends. It depends what you're doing with the computer. If you're playing 1080p, 100% it's got a bottleneck. If you're gonna play at 1440p or 4K, then it won't. It won't bottleneck it. But if you've got a 5700G and you want to add a 3080, go right ahead, use it. And if you want to gain some more performance later, swap it out for a 5700X3D or 5800X3D. Wow, super dry. I'm going to chug some water from in here. Oh, TikTok Live's being stupid. Give me 1 second, y'all. It goes, oh, it's inactive. You need to do this puzzle thing. What do you mean inactive? I'm literally doing things. Ah, that's delicious. I'm gonna refill my water bottle. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna mute my mic because I'm gonna crush a water bottle. It's gonna be loud on the mic. Alright, I'm back. There is no best brand, but there are best at different price points. You want the best of the best? NVIDIA 5090. You want the absolute best value under like 300 bucks? Hands down, Intel, hands down, Intel Arc B580. And then like middle ground, 100%, RX 9070 XT. Hello, Cat Mom. If you are going to try the fishing game, I think their API and the chatbot connected to it is broken right now. So it's probably not going to work, unfortunately. Here. You're welcome to actually try it real quick if you want. Curious if it'll work for you. It was telling me it's not working, so it's probably not gonna. Sorry, hiccup. I don't know how to get that off now. Oh, there we go. I got it off. That's good to hear. You're always welcome to ask questions about the computers, by the way, Cat Mom. See if you got any questions. Everybody else does. Or just any computer questions. Alright. The AIO is going to be installed like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure the cables are like this towards the back so you don't see them sticking out forward. So we're going to install those on the AIO now. if you are trying to save some money, 5700G will get cooled just fine by an air cooler. If you're getting it, if you already have it, just use the stock Wraith Prism cooler included with the CPU. If you're buying it online, if it's new, it'll come with it. Or if you're getting it used, check and see if it comes with it. 9070 XT is amazing. Great value. Just don't overpay for it because they are kind of overpriced right now. Get it as close to MSRP as you can. You can get it within $100 of MSRP. 100% take it over anything else that's in that range. Hey, that's great to hear, man. Glad to see you back, Killer. But yeah, like I was saying, 9070 XT, great GPU. I just did a build with one recently on stream. It was 3 streams ago or whatever. It was a 7800 X3D and the 9070 XT. Great option. Depends. Are you getting the RX 5500 8 gig or 4 gig? I would go with the 5500 if you're getting the 8 gig. And I would suggest getting the 8 gig. Because every game nowadays is very VRAM dependent. If you can, if it's available in your region, I would go with a used older card that would get you a lot more performance than those two cards. But if those are your only two options, 5500. But if you have other options, go with like a used GTX 1070 for cheap. It'll have 8 gigs and it'll be faster and it'll be cheap. But if those are your only options, 5500. Oh, yeah, totally understandable, Cat Mom. Oh, you're welcome to watch anytime. I'm always happy to talk about the builds as I build them and whatnot. Also, I want to address you directly, but I don't 100% know how to pronounce your name, and I don't want to offend you or anything. If you want to phonetically type out your name so I can pronounce it, I'm going to say Abir. You let me know if I said that correctly. Because I don't like to just vaguely talk to chat. I want to respond to people directly. There's multiple conversations going simultaneously. But did I say your name right? Abir? If not, you're welcome to type it out phonetically, like how I would pronounce it properly. I'm reading. What'd you say, Killer? Let's see. I'm gonna move my camera. My other camera's blocking my chat a little bit. Oh, what are your specs, Killer? I can give you some suggestions. I think didn't you say them last time? I think you mentioned your. I don't remember if you mentioned your specs last time. Alrighty. We're going to. I'm going to stand this upright for a second and set the cooler up here. We're going to start running the cables through their holes. What I'm doing right now is I'm free-feeding the wires through, if they would go through, so that when I put it up here, I can just pull them tight, and they're out of my way. Alright. Pre-fed the wires through. I'm gonna go ahead and take the dust filter off the top. I'm gonna throw some screws on the top of this real fast here. Put 2 diagonal for the time being to hold it in place. And we'll adjust it as needed. We're gonna leave them about a thread loose. Alright, we got just the 2 corner ones in, and we got them in there loose enough to slide it around, so you can adjust it as needed. Just lay this down and get some paste on here. Pull these cables a bit tighter. $5600G, good CPU. I'd say your GPU limited for sure. Let's grab some thermal paste real quick. Putting a pea-sized blob in the middle here. Now, Cat Mom or anyone else in chat doesn't know about computers. You're putting therm paste on. If anyone tells you how to do it, tell them fuck off. Put as much as you want. Not as much as you want, but you cannot put too much. It's impossible. It'll just splooge out the sides and you'll have a mess, but that's for future you to deal with. You cannot put too much. It's not conductive. There's not a perfect way to do it. Just put a big old splooge in the middle, spread it out, and you'll be fine. Everyone overthinks it. But not a big old splooge. It's a pea-sized drop. And then you spread it out. But a thin layer, and you spread it out and you'll never have problems. Oh, also, when you're going to spread it with something clean. You don't want particles in your thermal paste. Because the thermal paste is the thermal conductor, is the thermal interface material. Yes, it's literally called TIM, thermal interface material, in between your cooler and your CPU. And what it does is fills all the gaps between the 2 pieces of metal, because metal is never perfectly flat. So thermal paste fills all those little creases in the metal and conducts the 2 together. It just transfers heat. So pulls all the heat away. You want as much heat as quickly as possible pulled off your CPU. The cooler the better. Even sub-zero is good. So yeah, more than 8 gigs of VRAM is good, but VRAM isn't everything. Because quality of VRAM, speed of VRAM, generation of VRAM, all matters like that as well. Because there's GDDR5, GDDR5X, GDDR6, GDDR6X. There's different speeds of, there's so many factors to it. Don't focus on the memory itself unless there's 2 models. There's 2 models of a card and there's a higher VRAM one. Always get the higher VRAM one. But don't compare 2 different GPUs by their VRAM. If that makes sense. So, like 9060 XT. Great GPU, buy the 16 gig, don't buy the 8. Same with the RTX 5060. 16 gig, don't buy the 8. But you can't compare like a 9060 XT 8 gig to an RX 580 8 gig. It's not the same. Alright, I actually want this cooler a little further left. So what I'm going to do is stand it back up. And I'm going to remove this screw and move it over a notch. Oh, I can't. So it looks like I have to remove both screws and move this one over a notch as well. Unfortunate, but shit happens. The PC I'm building right now, an a Ryzen 5 5800X. So 8-core AM5 and 32 gigs DDR4, and an RX 6700 XT 12 gig. There. I like that better. Moved it over a little bit. The mount's a bit nicer. Yep, that will do. Oh, watching me or watching someone else? Because you are talking about me. I really appreciate that. Always appreciate the YouTube views. Funny enough, I'm actually not monetized. I have 12K subs, but I'm not actually monetized yet. I've got to get a lot of views in a short period of time to start monetization. Then I can start getting moolah from it. That would be great. And very nice. Oh, yeah, no biggie. There's plenty of people on YouTube who talk about computer parts. I watch them as well. Zach's Tech Turf, Elijah's Lab, Jay's 2 Cents, you know, Bitwit. Look, I got Bitwit's keycap on my my keyboard. Got that like 2-3 years ago. There's some like weird staining on this cooler. I'm gonna clean it. I'm gonna polish it real fast. Yeah. Grab some Barkeeper's Friend and some water. Alright, so what I'm doing right here, you can watch the magic happen. You see this? The staining that I can't get off? Shiny copper. Let's get some isopropyl on there. Get it nice and clean. Get all any contaminants out. There we go. Look at that. Take that off. Barkeeper's Friend is like magic powder in a bottle. Just cleans everything. Alright, I'm gonna set this down for a second and try to shove the wires through here. I'm turning the second camera off. It's in my way. Alright, there we go. Put all the wires through there. Alright, got that clip down. When installing any CPU cooler, go back and forth if you've got 2 screws, or go in a cross pattern from corner to corner if you've got 4 screws. Apply even pressure as you tighten it. Alright, let's see here. Let's daisy chain all of the RGB. And then for the fans, we've got we got the 2 fan wires. Comes with a splitter. So we're going to put the splitter on there. Now both fans will take power, signal, speed, all that from one wire. I'll run it back to the board. Ouch, my finger. Right here where you can't see, but it doesn't matter. There's no real way for me to show you. But it's just a fan header labeled CPU. Makes sense. And squeezing my finger in there. Alright, not all boards will have it, but some will, and this does. There is a motherboard header labeled AIO pump. So, we are going to run the AIO pump on that header. Actually, what's going on here? Why does this pump only have... Okay. Apparently, this pump runs 100% all the time. Okay. So, that's okay, but not ideal. It just means to have a shorter lifespan. You run anything at 100% its entire life, it will die sooner. But I'm assuming they also preset the pump speed slower if it's going to run at 100% forever, so that it's not going to kill itself. Can't imagine they would want that for their product, but yeah. I'm going to install this RGB onto the hub here. That way, everything is controlled via one RGB hub. I'm plugging that in backwards. Instead of separately. Everything will now be in sync. Now I gotta deal with this cable mess here. Got a pile of zip ties over here. Oh. Let's see, I'm actually going to install the power supply because I want to run these cables along the power supply cables a little bit before I re-zip tie. So let's do that now. For the Corsair 650 watt, it's been just over there the whole time, so I'm sure you could have probably read that. But in case you didn't know, it's a 650. CX650M to be exact. Come on, sticker, come off. What do you want to? Oh, fuck. Okay. Sticker peeled. Peeled terribly. Alright. Stickers off. Healed badly, but we're good. We're came back. I am adjusting something real quick off screen. There we go. Just fixing that chat for me. It's perfectly fine for you guys. Just adjusting it for myself. Location was a little wonk. Gotta make sure I can read you guys' messages. Grabbing the 4 screws right now. Install that. Did chat scroll? Yeah, chat scrolled for some reason. Hey, appreciate the follow, Killer. Alright, let's install the screws on the power supply here. This, okay. So real quick, this wire here. I'll turn the second camera, I'll show you. Close up. These RGB wires here. These ones all came with the case, these 3 here. Where's the second camera view? Yep, second camera can see it well. But this one keeps slipping. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off an extra bit of plastic shrouding and see if that helps. If it doesn't, I'll just hot glue it. So all this extra bit here, it's just extra rubber. So we're going to peel that back so that this can plug in further. Let's see if that helps. Otherwise, a bit of hot glue will help. Non-conductive, great for getting electronics to stay where you need them to. Okay, you know what? That did the job. Yeah, that sits flush now. It's not falling out easily. We're good. It's a little trick. If you ever need it. Alright, let's get those screws in there. Power supply's just flopping around right now. Running the CPU cable now. Just going back and forth, plugging in stuff right now. All stuff from the back to the front. Which I'll set camera to get out of the way. And the CPU plug's being a pain in the ass. There we go. CPU plugs can be a bit difficult to hook up when you've got the water cooler in front of it there. You can see that plug back there, hard to reach. bundling some used wires right now. Also, quick thing, any of you guys, if you're still in chat, type, what do you guys think of the existing angles? How I've got this camera here as I can move this around on a tripod. It's a lower quality, it's a 1080p one, just like an HP one. What is it? Like this, on a tripod. And then I've got that camera up there. This one. It's a 2K camera, nicer quality. Autofocus is good on it, and that one up there is mounted to the ceiling at about a 15-degree angle. So instead of being like this, straight top down, it's at a 45 degree, or not 45. That'd be way too aggressive. I tried that and it was not good. 15-degree angle. It's a slight angle. Reason I'm doing that is so that you can still see a bit of the inside here, right? And a bit of the wall, so you can see the desk and wall here. If I had it straight overhead, it would just show straight top down of the desk only. You'd just see like this. And you also wouldn't see like the box wall, and you'd see my floor, and it's just ugly hardwood that is scuffed. Who cares about some scuffed hardwood floor? No one wants to see that. So this angle here, I like. But I was thinking of some other angles, so I can switch scenes between them. And I was trying to think of some other angles. I was thinking of maybe a top-down angle that's zoomed in, like automatically. But I can always just do this. I can always just put this camera on the desk like this if I need a zoomed in shot. You know? Like that. Just so I feel like, boom. Second camera. Pick. I don't know. If y'all got some good suggestions, let me know. I've only done this 5 times. So, still new to this. Actually, I don't know if I've showed you guys a shot of the whole big box wall. It's huge. You guys seen this yet? This for scale, it's massive. But yeah. Since your volume's off, let me just highlight your message right here. There you go. Hopefully you understood what I meant there. Yeah, I don't need a second camera over here for this. You guys can see it. Oh, no, I'm gonna block it actually. Let's raise this camera up even higher. Even higher. second angle is definitely needed here for this game. I'm gonna scoot it over here. I'm gonna go like this. Not as much in the shot. Yeah, lie. I'm gonna run this cable along this cable, just so it's not so out and about. Oops. That zip tie was weak. Weird. Attempt to. How's y'all's days been, by the way? Hey, Cat Mom, if you're still in here, how's Cat Dad doing? Is he doing better today? Hopefully he does. Looks like he does. Hopefully he is. I have to remember that I'm the streamer here. I have to engage with chat and get chat talking. It's not you guys' job to keep chat flowing. It's my job. Even though I don't know what's talking right now, but I'm just talking to myself looking crazy. There's Theta Cable. Hey, that's great to hear, man. That's awesome. I am so glad to hear he is back up and about. You know, I feel like you probably posted that in the Discord, but I am just not good at being active in there, and that's my bad. I gotta get better at being active in the Discord. I'm just not. I don't know. I don't use it like it's a social media. I use it like it's a tool, and I only use it when I need it. So I try and I don't know. I gotta try to be more social on Discord, because I really do. I just use it as a tool. I open it when I need to do a call. I do open it when I need to check my deal discords for any deals that have popped up for PC parts and stuff like that, or stuff like that. If I'm specifically tagged in something, I'll be like, oh, what's this? And then, you know, I'll check. But, yeah. Oops. Hey, that's good to hear. When are y'all going camping? And the real question is, are you gonna camp or are you gonna glamp? Because, I don't know, we're all adults. I see nothing wrong with glamping. Are they trying to FaceTime me? That's weird. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that go to voicemail right now. I'm not sure why people randomly FaceTime me. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the polite thing to do would be to call and then ask, hey, can you jump on a video call? Instead of just directly FaceTiming me? I don't know, they probably don't mean anything by it, but I don't think it's a little bit rude to just cold call someone with a FaceTime. Not even a text first? Give me 1 second, just respond to text. An important one real quick. Just met a question about the computer. Oh, that's great to hear, Cat Mom. Well, I hope you guys have fun. Yeah, definitely prepare him, because yeah, camping can be unpredictable sometimes. All right. Oh, okay. Looks like they did text me earlier. I just didn't see the text, but that was hours ago. I'll get back to them after stream. Kind of found a good place to put this cable, but it's not going to stick out too far. Looks like about here. I'm gonna just wire it to the side. There we go. Is the other couple, is there a anniversary also in that, like, the same month as you, and that's why you're doing a dual trip? What's up, Pumpkin Man? How you doing? No, not all motherboard screws are the same, no. Some cases, I'll keep it simple. Some cases, the motherboard screws are coarse thread. Some are the finer thread. Exact naming for it is M32, or M, oh Jesus, now I can't remember. M2-34. Basically, there's two different thread types. Let me grab them. Two primary thread types in a computer. A fine thread and a coarse thread. Don't know if it's focusing. I may need to use the top camera. I'm struggling to show you here. There you go. Fine thread and a coarse thread. Those two. There you go. The finer thread on the tip of the screwdriver right now, that one is the primary one that's usually used. The coarser thread is normally not, but depending on which one, you have always try the finer thread first. If it's loose and it does not thread in, go with the coarse thread. It depends on the case. It will degrade 100%. It will have degraded. And what it can cause is instability, crashes, and uh, general instability issues, or eventually just never turning on again. And a mitigation for it, or a band-aid for it, is underclocking the speed, so it doesn't run as hot and doesn't pull as much wattage. So eventually, you can get some usage out of it. Hey, Gayu, what's up, man? And Cat Mom, I'm reading your message right now. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's nice of your friend, though. Oh, Cat Mom, by the way, is your friend too. How you doing, Gayu? How's your day been? Also, I have no idea if I've been pronouncing your name right, and you've been in multiple chats. Let me know if I'm saying it right. Oh, okay. Sounds good, Pumpkin King. Appreciate the follow. Or, well, the sub in this case. So follow, sub. I'm multi-streaming this on multiple platforms, so some call it follow, some call it subbing. But I appreciate it, man. You're welcome to pop in any stream anytime. I do these completely random. Sorry about that. But have a good night, man. Alright, it's been pretty good. Early in the day, I had some stuff to do. And later today, I have stuff to do. So right now is stream time. Doing it in between. Obviously, my other streams were a bit later in the day. But, yeah. I'm knocking this one out right now. Keep getting distracted. But I will finish this. Well, it's not really a distraction. I chose to stream. So I want to talk to you guys. You guys aren't a distraction. I just should be working while talking. That's my bad. I'm saying it good enough. Okay. I'll take that. If I start saying it weird and it offends you, let me know. I'll fix my pronunciation. Oh, I would suggest an Intel Arc B580 or an RX 9060 XT 16 gig. The Intel Arc B580 is a little bit cheaper. But what's it called? Most of the Intel Arc like driver issues, those have been for the most part resolved. So you're not really going to have driver issues anymore like you did with the other one, the first generation. But yeah, those would be my highly suggested two options. 9060X, I realized this case has a hole for the GPU cable, so I'm going to specifically run this cable through that hole. The 9060 XT, if you can afford it. If you can't, go with the Intel Arc B580. And make sure it's the 16 gig version if you get the 9060 XT. Do not get the 8 gig. The Arc B580 is right in between. It's at 12 gigs. Alright, I got it through. I'm gonna move this camera. It's in my way. Me personally, Cat Mom, I like camping, but the wife does not. But I don't like it so much that I'm gonna make her camp with me. I don't really care if we camp or not, but if she ever wants to, I'd be down to go camping with her. To be honest, we'd probably end up glamping now. Man, this stupid. Okay, this clip wire thing. Oh yeah, the Florida weather is hot. See this? This is a common, normal thing with GPU cables here, but because I have to hold this here, otherwise it'll do that, right? Because I have to hold it, I can't put my hand on this or finger on this side because it's pressed up against this one right here. So every time I go to plug it in, as soon as I let go, it springs off and doesn't slide in. I'm going to unplug the left side, plug in this one, then plug this one back in. So if you're dealing with that, that's how it's suggested. I can put my thumb on this side and clip it in. And then this one, thumb also goes on the left side, but it's open on the left side. And now both are plugged in. Oh, and anyone here in the UK chat? Oh my God, y'all do not understand. Ask IU. Like the weather in Florida, your guys' heat wave. I wish it was that cool here right now. It is crazy the temperatures we deal with. The feels like was well over 100 Fahrenheit recently. Well over 100. Let me convert those from freedom units. 37.8. 37.8 degrees Celsius. And it was touching nearly 40. No, it was over 40 because the heat index was 110 or something like that, or 109, which is like 40 to 43 degrees Celsius, mind you. So, just keep. Oh, and the humidity is like 100%. You walk outside, it is a sauna. And I'm going to be outside later today hanging out with some friends because I haven't hung out with them this past week. That's where I'm going after stream. Hang out with some friends. Yeah, same here. Well, no, I've been into 115. But the index was 115. The actual temperature. The actual temperature does not matter. Can we get that straight? The real temperature does not matter. It only matters what it actually feels like. Because who cares? It's technically lower. If it feels like it's 115, it's 115. Don't even at me. All right, this is looking great. Everything's hooked up. Let's double check that is a true statement first. No, the case fans are not. Sorry, Cat Dad. The fishing game, the Twitch updated their API yesterday, and it's down right now. Or they updated it today, I think. And it took down the chatbot for the fishing game. I was sad. I was trying to play it when stream started. I know. I really wanted to play it. It's okay. It's not too big of a deal because I'm an idiot and I forgot to add the custom elements. So I still don't have all the GPUs and PC parts on the for the custom catches. I'm also going to look into if I can remove the original catches. I want to like go all out on the fishing game and only have tech stuff if I can. That'd be really cool, but I probably am forced to leave the fish on there. But I think it'd be really cool to be able to do full custom. Just because the nature of how I am I want everything to be fully custom. I'm struggling to get a cable in, so my face is going to be in the way for just a second. It's not an elegant way to plug that wire in. Alright. The unelegantly plugged in wire. There we go. We're good. Let's go ahead and hook this up. I don't know if you guys were in here when I showed the box wall off earlier, but it is enormous. Oops. That's funny. Sure, I will. I'll give you an RGB fan. Here you go. You can have this RGB fan. You come by. But yeah, have you guys seen how big this wall is? It's enormous. Just huge. I love this wall. You know, none of this is glued or taped. See that? Look. Watch. If I can. Fuck. There's a giant window here, and I hate it. I need to fill these with what's it called? Expanding foam, so that my I can insulate this window. It's tinted though, so it reflects the sun away because my office gets super hot. There's windows there, there, and there, everywhere. But I love this wall. It's glorious. Just go anywhere on it. Look at all these parts. So proud of this wall. Some of them get really damaged, like this one here. Look closely. That is because the corner of computers, what I always end up doing is impaling the box a little bit whenever I take shots of computers. Because this is the shot that I photographed them from. Right there. It's a nice shot. So I'm probably going to swap out this one with another cooler. And then I'm probably going to just update some of these boxes to newer generation boxes. Just swap out some like 20 series stuff. Or like this 1650. I'll swap it out with like an RX 6500 or like a 4060 box or something. Just have some newer generation stuff boxes up here. I got a 4070 Ti box over there. 6950 XT, 3080 Ti. That's the ARC B580 I was talking about. You should get. But yeah. I appreciate it. Best wall. I build great walls. Yeah, multi-streaming can definitely be intensive. I would highly suggest getting a newer GPU, just because the newer generation has a better streaming encoder. With every generation that comes out, the streaming encoder gets better and better. So the newer generations are just going to be way better at streaming, and it'll take up a lot less of its performance while streaming. Give me a second, y'all. My mic is low on battery, so I'm gonna swap it out to another one. I have two. I'm glad I got this kit. It comes with two of these, where is it? Oh, right here. Two of these wireless lav mics. I'm gonna swap it out. Hello? Alright, there we go. This one's hooked back up. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and plug in the old one. Charge that one. Alright, the other one's on charge now. Infinite battery if I just keep swapping them out. Yeah. If you're still playing lighter games, if you're playing Apex, Fortnite, CSGO, 1660 Ti is just fine as long as you have a really good CPU. Which, I think I remember you saying you had a 2400G? Is that right? I can't remember what CPU you said you had. I think it was a 2400G. If it is, you gotta upgrade that. Alright, let's get this hooked up. Set the PC over here. Get my, oh, no problem, killer. Just letting you know, you're gonna miss the first boot. just giving you a bit of FOMO. Alright, let's get this all hooked up. Alright, now superstition to not turn on the what's it called? Or not put on the side panels before test booting. So, we're not gonna do that. Simple as that. The fan header is plugged in. Okay, I think it'll just take a second before the fan starts spinning. Oh. We'll give it a second. Oh, turn on the monitor. Oh, I have to hook it up. My bad. I didn't hook up the monitor now. Ugh. Do not give me the CPU error light. I already updated the BIOS in this. Can't trick me. No, there's nothing wrong. Got the RAM fully plugged in. Yeah, RAM's fully plugged in. CPU is plugged in. Yeah, CPU and RAM light, which is weird because I've already BIOS updated this board last night and booted it with this exact setup before I built it. So we're gonna take a RAM stick out. I did do it with one stick in though. Maybe a RAM stick is bad. Or, oh, that would suck if the motherboard has issues with dual channel RAM. Oh, that's not good. It's booting with one stick. Well, it's going to boot. It's going to do a boot cycle, and then it'll boot. You can tell I've done this enough times. This light will turn blue in a second here. It's still cycling. It's reading the RAM change. It's going to give me an error saying RAM memory amount has changed or whatever. CPU changed. Okay, light's blue. And then, yep, your memory or CPU has been changed. Yep, I know. Memory monitor. CPU temp is a bit warm, to be honest. I've got the pump plugged in, right? Yeah, I got the pump plugged in. Top fan spinning? Yeah, top fan spinning. Why is temp so high? I can feel the pump spinning. These should be lighting up. And spinning. Oh, I think, wait, no, the hub. Oh, the hub needs power. That's my bad. I'll hook up the hub. That's my bad, y'all. There we go. Let's set this to cycle through all these options. A lot of options. Jesus. Alright, I think it's just about done. The 4,000 options. Just get to rainbow, please. Just give me unicorn puke. I'm begging you. Just do it. Okay. Okay, we got rainbow. We got unicorn puke. And then there's a remote with the AIO that comes with. Right here. So we're going to set that. Or not. Yeah, this one is 5800X and 6700 XT. I'd say it's upper mid tier. It's not really a game out that this couldn't handle. It is worrying me that only one RAM stick is booting. Let's go ahead and shut it down. Swap out that RAM stick for another one. And if it still boots, then that's also a problem. Why are you getting stuck, RAM stick? There we go. Clicked in. Setting my cat down here. Okay, it looks like it's going to boot. It's cycling to see the new RAM in there. Yeah, it's booting. Well, that's less than ideal. Board, CPU, or RAM. There's a small issue. We'll resolve it. Let me shut it down. It's really hard to see the RAM slot up there. It's really dark. All right. Both sticks are clicked in. Yeah, it's giving me the CPU and RAM error lights here. That's unfortunate. Looks like something I'm gonna be doing off stream. It'd be pretty boring to watch me diagnose this. Basically what's happening here is it will boot with one stick, but it won't boot with two. Now that can either be, well, one of the sticks can just be bad, but we prove that's not true because we put one of the two in at a time, and both individually booted on their own, but they're not booting together. That means either CPU or motherboard is having issues with dual channel, the two different channels. We can confirm that by putting both sticks in 1 and 2, and we'll do that right now. So if we put both sticks in slots 1 and 2, that'll put them on this single channel only memory. If it boots, yeah, then we know. Yeah, CPU or the motherboard's problem. Let's go ahead and do that now. All right, slots 1 and 2. Both sticks should be running in single channel now. Bad news. It looks like it's booting. Yeah, CPU or motherboard is a problem. It's gonna cycle once or twice because the new RAM, and it's gonna give me a little message. Memory has changed. Yeah, so it's detecting 32. Is it even detecting 32 gigs or just detecting 16? No. Let's see. Where's quantity? I don't remember in this board. Okay, both sticks are recognized, but in single channel only. Right there. Both sticks. Stick 1, stick 2. Oh, that's so annoying. Slots, so I don't know if it's the RAM slot. Oh, let's find out if it's the RAM slots. We're gonna go ahead and swap these to 3 and 4. These are used parts, so this can happen. I really wish I had put both sticks in both last night, but I didn't think about doing that. I put one in because it's always better to remove any variables possible when you're doing a BIOS update. So I removed anything that could cause any issues. I turned off XMP, no overclocking on the RAM, no overclocking on the CPU, all default BIOS settings with one RAM stick when I updated the BIOS. I didn't want anything to go wrong. So when I updated BIOS, it was just fine with a single stick. Alright, we've got sticks in 3 and 4 now. If they don't boot, but they're not booting. Okay, it might be the actual physical slot. There's a chance we could just clean it. We're getting CPU and RAM light right now. You can't see it, there's a tube in the way. But these two lights right here, that's CPU and RAM, and it's solid. As soon as it turns on, it goes solid and stays solid. CPU or RAM is the problem. Let's shut it down. Let's leave just a stick in slot 4. It might just be the 3rd slot. It might need cleaning. We'll see. Alright, it's not doing it. I'm gonna give it another restart real quick. You give it one more chance. That goes straight to CPU and RAM error, and then just stays there. Alright. We're gonna try that same RAM stick in just slot 3. Nope, same thing. straight to CPU and RAM. Okay, so the second memory channel itself is the problem. Now, I don't know if that's the CPU or the motherboard causing that. But the second memory channel is the issue. I'm going to go ahead and grab another CPU. And we'll go ahead and pop it in. And we'll see if we can get dual channel running. And that'll tell us the CPU or the motherboard. And then I'll probably end stream there, and then I'll do the boring part of swapping the part out, contacting the seller, getting my refund, and all the boring stuff. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and test if it's a CPU or this is the motherboard. Just shut it down. I won't end it yet. What I'll do is I will physically do the swap. Yeah, I'm trying to raid out. I will try, but every single stream, I've tried to raid out every time. It will not let me. It just gives me an error every time. I'm not gonna raid out just yet. I'm gonna try to swap the CPU and show you guys my diagnosis process. If swapping the CPU works, then it's the CPU. If it doesn't, the only thing left is the motherboard. Oops, I didn't mean to take that all the way off. Just meant to loosen it. Alright, I just fly around. Whatever. Alright. I'm in the way of it, I know. Give me 1 second, y'all. Wow, that's very hot under there. I don't think this pump is working. Oh, Jesus. Shit. Pump's working, to be honest. That's very hot. Aw, man, battery's low on the headphones. Alright, we're gonna go soundless for a few minutes. Because I can charge these headphones for a few minutes and they'll give me like an hour or two of charge. So, no music for a moment. I know. It's unfortunate. Yeah, we're just gonna go off the mic for a second. Yeah, feeling the bottom of this though. Jesus. Very hot. I think that pump's not working. But the pump won't cause the RAM to act up. That unrelated. Well, technically it's not, actually, if you think about it. Because if the CPU's too hot. Now, it was very specific though. It's very specific to the second channel of memory. Can we get this to thread on, please? Okay, you threaded on. I'm gonna scrape the paste and try to salvage the paste that's on here right now. And then I'm gonna go ahead. Whenever taking the CPU out, make sure you turn off the power supply switch or unplug it. I have done both because slotting a CPU in sometimes will cause it to just turn on. Just stupid, but it does happen. Alright, now this has paste on the bottom of it, so I'm gonna just slap a paper towel to the bottom of it so it can stick to there. Like that. You can see it. I'm gonna grab Ryzen 5 2600X. That should be fine. That's a 1600. 2600X. Okay. I've got a 2600X here. Let's go ahead and pop that in. Yeah, I think this AIO is bad, but we'll see. Okay. Let's splooge a bit of paste on here real fast. We're not looking for amazing temps or perfect mounting. It can run hot, just not overheat. So we're just going to mount this back down. And we'll just let gravity spread the paste for us as we tighten this. Sorry about the no music. Yeah, just bear with me for a few minutes here. I'm just going to try to resolve this. Alright, we got it mounted. Let's get a RAM stick in here. Let's put it in slot 3, because we know that was not working. Well, actually, first let's get it. Well, a little violent, but let's get it booting first. Let's get it booting normal on slot 2 with the CPU in here, replacement CPU. Just do that first, one thing at a time. We'll get it to boot. Okay, HDMI, power on. Do a quick normal boot. This should just work. It'll tell me new CPU installed. Blah blah blah. It's gonna cycle once or twice. I don't think this. No, the pump is working. But it's getting extremely hot. I don't know what's going on there. Might have to swap that out. This happens sometimes in these used parts. That's why I do all this testing before I sell any of these computers. Everything is going to be running tip top when it's going to be actually sold. Yep. I get it. New CPU installed. Yep, we're good. Boots and recognizes the stick. It's going to reboot. Go into the BIOS. Alright, we're in the BIOS. Hardware monitor. Yeah, CPU's very hot. Don't know what's up with that. Alright. Hello, Justin. There's normally music, but at the moment my phones are dead. So they're charging for a few minutes. So I can plug them back in. Alright, it is booted with this CPU. Let's move the RAM stick over and see if it boots. Right now we're diagnosing what's wrong with this computer. It's looking like motherboard or CPU. We're about to find out which one it is right now. Looks like CPU. Let's put 2 sticks in there. Let's find out right now. Alright. We could get lucky and just remounting the old CPU. Might work. That happens sometimes. Why I cannot explain, but it does. Two sticks. Both are in. Is it gonna boot? Yes, it is. Yep, it booted. So it is CPU. But can remounting fix it? That's what we're gonna find out. It booted both sticks, as you can see. I'll 100% confirm. Go over here. Yeah. Hardware monitor. Yep. Yeah. Okay. $32 gigs is detected. Yeah. Time to put that CPU back in and see what happens. Also, probably have to swap this cooler out. So I don't know why it's overheating. The pump is moving, but clearly not enough. I know. I know it's not the fans because they are spinning, and I also can feel that CPU block is very hot. So it's not pulling the heat away from the CPU like it should be. Let's grab one of my sheets of towel. Grab this, fold it over twice, and pick up the CPU with it. Like that. Set that down. And we'll grab the other CPU, the old one. I'm just checking the pins and everything right now. Making sure none of them are missing. You know what we'll do before we even reinstall it? Let's clean it. Okay. So we're gonna do. We're gonna give it the best chance of working remounted. And do a bit of drowning in isopropyl. Nice and saturated. I'm gonna scrub all the pins, make sure they're nice and clean, no contaminants. Bottom CPU. Right. Okay. So we're gonna do now. All cleaned up. So we're gonna grab the duster. I'm gonna mute my mic when I do this. It's gonna be very loud, but I'm gonna blow out all the isopropyl. All right, I needed the mic. I'm going to go ahead and slot the CPU back in. Push the arm back down. I'm going to splooge some paste in the middle. All right. And we're going to hope this works. All right, fingers crossed, y'all. Toes, fingers, eyeballs, cross them all. I'll grab my headphones back. They should be charged enough to get another 30 minutes to an hour out of them. One second. Let's reconnect the music. Yep, okay. We got some charge out of the headphones. Let's tighten the cooler. We're good. Alright. And I'm gonna truth. Here we get a boot. We're getting boot. We're getting boot, guys. That time's blue, we're good. We're blue, we're good. It's blue. Reseating the CPU works. Hell yeah. It's gonna reboot and give me the little message. Right here. Like right here. CPU or RAM configuration has changed. Blah 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 blah. Some other words that don't matter. Hit F1 too, whatever, do stuff. Yeah, there we go. Devices changed, blah blah blah. 32 gigs detected into the BIOS. Victory. Success. We did it. Alright, computer works. That's all for stream. I think I'm gonna go ahead and install Windows. The boring part where you just watch a loading screen and me clicking next like 52 times. Yeah, that's pretty boring. But we fixed it. Got it working. And it is detecting 32 gigs. 32 768 megabytes physical memory installed. Both slots. Alright. I'm pretty happy with that. Came out pretty nice looking. You guys like it? I'm still going to have to address the water cooler issue. I don't know why it's so damn hot. I'm going to have to do some testing. But, yeah, no, that pump's not even working. It's slowly climbing up to 70. Yeah, so I will swap that cooler out off stream, but yeah. Yeah, it's exactly 52. 53 if it's a Wednesday. Cat Mom, I am going to try to raid out today again. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to look on the Discord and see who's live, and we're going to attempt a what's it called? Raid out. Appreciate you guys coming by. If you haven't followed or subbed and you want to see next stream, please follow, sub, turn on notifications so that you don't miss my streams, because I don't know when I'm going to stream. Sorry, it's a bit sporadic, but that's just kind of how it is right now. But yeah, I'm trying right now. I'm looking, seeing who's live, so I can attempt a raid out on Twitch. That is, YouTube and TikTok. It's not a thing, I don't think. Appreciate you guys coming by and everything.